lecture hall is stifling, a tomb of borrowed thought. I've bartered every instinct for the lessons I was taught. But there's a static in the marrow, a friction in the bone, a frequency of discord that demands I walk alone. I'm severing the tether, the family and the shelf, to seek the brutal mercy of the absence of the self. The masonry was trembling as I crossed the river's spine, where the town becomes the timber and the human meets the pine. A sudden pain of logic shattered in my inner ear. The wind became a language that the holy cannot hear. I tried to shout a title, a designation new, but the old tongue turned to water as the forest came in view. I'm sitting in the rafters of a nameless mountain inn, stripped of every comfort and the memory of kin. The candle isn't sacred and the bread is only crust. I've traded all my dogmas for the silence and the dust. It's not a grand awakening, no light behind the hill, just the cooling of the fever and the breaking of the will. Warden at the doorway has a ledger of my breath, counting every syllable and monitoring death. I've lived within the blueprint until candidate design, where the protocol of mourning is a mandatory line. But the nausea is rising, a gray and heavy tide, and I'm looking for the fracture where the error gets to hide. I threw my weight against the glass, a jagged red retreat. The sound was like a choir falling down upon the street. I opened up my throat to claim the air that I had won, but the system cut the wires before the talking was begun. My footsteps are a rattle in a hallway with no end, where the echoes are the only ghosts the architecture lends. I've reached the level horizon where the law is out of sight, not because I'm pardoned, but because I've lost the light. I'm sitting on the gravel of an unmapped iron plain, where the concept of a justice is a phantom in the brain. I'm free as a discarded page, a relic of the rot, in the center of a freedom that the universe forgot. paper mill is coughing over Main Street once again, while I'm nursing all the secrets of a multi-generational stain. The pressure in my temples is a hum that's getting loud, tearing through the lining of a dark and heavy cloud. I'm starting up the engine of a rusted out machine to leave the only misery that I've ever seen. I hit the city limit as the sky began to bleed, bolting through the static with a supernatural speed. Every window on the block exploded into hell, while the memories in my head began to shrivel and to fail. I screamed into the steering wheel, raw and jagged sound, as the history was ritolato and scattered on the ground. The motor died in Jersey at 4:15, with no one left to haunt me and no hand upon the door. I'm staring at the asphalt where the neon starts to blur, knowing I am nothing more than who I used to were. I escaped the heavy hammer, I escaped the ancient fright, but I'm just the empty socket in the middle of the night. Left the laundry weeping on the Neapolitan wire to find a colder rhythm than the marriage and the fire. The suburbs were a mold that tried to dictate my own fate, until I chose the falling and the social fall from grace. It's not a leap of courage, it's a smarginatura, dissolution of the form that made the world feel sure. The clamor of the traffic struck the center of my chest, until the physical reality was put to its final test. I tried to tell a sister why the contours had to break, but the words were cut to pieces by a decades-old ache. Fragmented and bitter, like a glass upon the floor, I am walking through the wreckage of the person I was before. Now the northern rain is falling on a street without a name, and the woman in the mirror doesn't recognize the frame. I'm working in the silence of a mediocrity, free from every promise and the debts that I've paid. The freedom is a vacuum, a room without a sound, where I don't believe in anything that's hidden in the ground. Sound is a theater of the vulgar and the dry. I've grown far too weary of the choreographed lie. I'm staging a departure, a social suicide, with a smile for the creditors and nothing left to hide. Trading in the velvet for a more sincere decay. Throwing all the masks and all the histories away. Table with the vintage turning sour, I delivered up the acid in the final gilded hour. The scented heavy air. I realized that my wit was just a razor in the dark, to sever every cable and to extinguish every spark. I'm dying in an exile in a room that smells of damn. Underneath the flicker of a common yellow lamp, no regret for the opulence, no mourning for the fall, just the cold and gelid comfort of the writing on the wall. I've reached the fine